तो बदलते जा रहा है.
Can I request you to please mute your mics? Otherwise,
उसने बोला है
can you please mute your microphones? Let us have just the person who is speaking with his mic on. Otherwise, you will have crisscross of people talking. Can you make out from here whose mic is on? Yeah, just you just have to warn them to put it on. I want to remind you that when the lockdown was ordered, we had suspended civil aviation operations, both domestic and in the international sector, along with metro transportation, railways, etc. And in spite of a lot of enthusiasm and attention on social media and elsewhere, I have repeatedly maintained that decisions on resumption of civil aviation operations, both domestic and international, still remain to be taken. In other words, normal domestic and international flights will continue to remain suspended till the 17th of May. I'm reiterating that so that there is no conceptual confusion between what we are planning to do now and the resumption of normal civil aviation operations. The present exercise is a limited exercise to address the problems of those of our citizens who are in foreign countries and who are distressed and find themselves stranded, either because their visas have run out, or they are being deported, or they went to these countries just before the lockdown for work and need to get back. So a comprehensive plan has been drawn up to address the particular issue of those of our citizens who find themselves distressed and have been stranded in foreign countries. Let me just give you an indication of the number of flights that we are planning to mount during the first week of the resumption or the commencement of this operation. And I mean the period between May 7 to May 13th. We have worked out those details, and these involve 10 flights from the UAE, 2 flights from Qatar, 5 flights from Saudi Arabia, 7 flights from the United Kingdom, 5 flights from Singapore, 7 flights from the United States, 5 flights from Philippines, 7 flights from Bangladesh, 2 flights from Bahrain, 7 flights from Malaysia, 5 flights from Kuwait, and 2 flights from Oman. This brings the total number of flights that will be operated during the first week to 64. Now, if you have to bring 64 flights in at a time when we are under lockdown, this necessarily involves working out very detailed arrangements with a number of authorities. To start with, the Airports Authority of India, because the airports will have to receive these 64 flights in the first week. And I want to mention to you that since this is work in progress, today at 5 o'clock, 5 p.m., the chairman of the Airports Authority of India will be hosting a VC with all concerned airports and state health authorities and the Ministry of External Affairs. Equally, The operation of these 64 flights has become possible only because we have received the cooperation, the full cooperation of the state governments. Now the flights which will come in will not be normal commercial flights, that the flight comes into, say, Delhi, and then people take different flights to their homes. For instance, a flight which is coming in who already has a destination. Now, I gave you the total number of flights from different areas, from different parts of the world. Let me also share with you the destinations. Out of the 64 flights, 15 flights from 7 countries will be coming to Kerala. This brings a total number of passengers to 3,150. 11 flights from 9 countries would be coming to Tamil Nadu, which makes it 2,150 passengers. 7 flights from 6 countries will come to Maharashtra, which comes to 1,900 passengers. 11 flights from 9 countries are scheduled to come to the National Capital Region, Delhi, but that may take 1 or 2 days extra because we need to put in arrangements for these passengers along with the state governments concerned, the government of Delhi and elsewhere. So there may be delay in this. 7 flights from 6 countries involving 1,750 passengers to Telangana, 5 flights from 5 countries totaling 1,100 passengers to Gujarat, 1 flight to Punjab, 200 passengers, 3 flights to Jammu and Kashmir, 600 passengers, 3 flights from 3 countries to Karnataka, 650 passengers, Uttar Pradesh, 1 flight, 200 passengers. I am only sharing with you the civil aviation component. I am not going into details on those of our countrymen who find themselves stranded or are distressed in the Middle East, in countries of the Gulf region, who would be brought, let's say, on naval platforms or other forms of transport. I again want to reiterate that this is a special evacuation mission, and all those who will avail of this or can avail of this will have to be charged, and I'm going to read out to you the rates on which passengers who would wish to avail of this will be charged. I will give you a few illustrative examples. And on arrival, all the passengers will have to be screened and will have to be subjected to a 14 days quarantine period. Now, this will be made known to everyone prior to them being offered this facility. On the aircraft itself, all protective measures will be taken as per prescribed protocol. Let me share with you the rates which have been fixed for these journey. London-Mumbai, which involves a flight of about 9 hours, the rate approximately is about 50,000 rupees or British pounds 540. Similarly, for flights from London to Ahmedabad, London to Bangalore, London to Delhi, Chicago, Delhi, Hyderabad, which is a 14 hours, 35 minutes flight, the rough cost would be about 100,000 rupees or 1 lakh or $1,360 or thereabouts. Same for flights from San Francisco, Newark, or other IADs from DC, Washington, DC. These are roughly all journeys involving 14 and a half hours or 15 hours. Dhaka, Delhi, as a 2 hour, 15-minute journey, rough cost in Indian currency, 12,000 rupees or $160. Dhaka, Srinagar, 3 hours, 30 minutes, and so on. I have the rates for others. I'd be happy to answer those. I also want to share with you a larger issue. The overall scheme for evacuation of Indians, which has been worked out, was initially confined to, say, about 200,000 or 190,000 people wishing to come back in particular. As the Ministry of External Affairs and the other concerned agencies, the concerned state governments considered this number, it is my understanding that the indication was that many more people, that is over and above the 190,000, expressed an interest to travel. Now, I don't know what the final figure will be, but definitely we will have to make sure that we deal with numbers which can be transported safely and which are welcomed by the receiving states, along with all the health infrastructure that will be required, both screening and quarantining, etc. Now, my recollection is that the first...
Mrs. Birla, I know you personally are an outdoorsy person. You're a sports enthusiast. How are you personally dealing with, being closeted in? Are there any special tips? How are you managing that? Because I know you
are addressing the question to me. Hello? Hello? Well, I think there's some crosstalk. I would request everyone else to put off their mic so that only the person who's speaking is available in this chat.